Hello there, everybody. Welcome. So here we are in the crest of phenomenal change as Black Lives Matter has utterly taken over the world, and thank goodness it has. I am here to support those who want to channel their energy constructively at this point so that we can all be a force for good in these times of change, because they are unprecedented, as has everything that's been going on in the collective for the last few months. But it is really important for us to take care of our energy. So if you have been feeling overwhelmed, finding yourself 1 minute really high, the next minute diving really deeply down, you are in the right place. What we're going to be doing here today is harmonizing our energies. And I'm going to be talking you through a really simple meditation practice that you can do when you don't know what else you can do, when you want to be a part of the force for good and the shift, but you just cannot participate. Maybe you don't feel like you can participate in social media anymore. You cannot participate in conversations anymore. You feel the need to just shut down, regroup, recalibrate, and you still want to be able to help one way or another. And I'm going to be teaching you today exactly how you can help, even if you're lying down in bed, even if you're switching off from everything. And also how you can stay connected to the collective psychically, whatever's going on with our technology, because there's a lot of solar flares predicted at the moment. And also how you can manage being around those who are of a different frequency to you. Maybe they're having to express a lot of anger or rage around you, and this is very difficult for you. Maybe you're very sensitive to the pain in the collective. The fact that the wounds are being opened to be healed is what I wanted to talk about. So you're in the right place. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rosanna. I channel RozyGlow, which is the frequency of divine grace, and this allows us to let go easily of what no longer serves us. I'm a multidimensional success coach, teaching people to live as their higher selves, as their soul truth here on this planet, and to keep their vibration high. So if that's something you like and you're new to me, please hit that subscribe button and notifications, and you will know whenever I'm live with another co-creation meditation. Now, please remember, what co-creation means is to participate consciously in creating a new reality by owning the shadow and bringing love to the shadow, so it no longer has power over us. It's not lurking in the subconscious or hiding underneath the rug waiting to come up. We've brought it to light. And this is the difference between the third dimensional world that is dying presently and the fifth dimensional world that we are creating around it. We're creating a new structure around it. And that's what we all need to energize. Light workers, light warriors, utilizing that passion for change in the most constructive way we can. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome those who are joining. Apologies for the challenges in getting live today. As always, it's just learning to just show up. This has been my lesson. Now, I know some of you have got cacao and would like to do a little cacao toast. So those of you who don't know about cacao, ceremonial grade cacao is a phenomenal facilitator for change. It is the food for the shift. It helps us connect to our hearts, to drop out of the ego programming into our soul truth. And even if you don't have any yourself, when we do this little toast and invite the cacao diva in, you are also going to be able to access your soul truth through connecting to us through the divine human heart grid and the crystalline grid, which I'll talk about in a minute. So we'll just do a little tune in. If you haven't got cacao, please bring your hands to your heart. There's only going to be like a 25-minute message anyway with the meditation. So remember, whenever you come to it is the right time. Whatever you feel passionately about, I want to show you how you can actually utilize your energy to really make what you want count, like to make your energy count as part of the solution rather than part of the problem. Okay, so just take a little moment. It's raining here in the UK. Going to relax our shoulders. Either bring your hands to your heart or one hand to your cacao mug and one to your heart. And symbolically, we use our body. So with your nose, draw a circle in the air in front of you. Draw it 3 times to the right, inhaling up, exhaling down. And then go the other way. And this is symbolic of reinforcing the outermost part of your energy field, what I call the sphere of compassion, or your reality bubble. And once you've gone 3 times one way and the other, draw your nose up and then down. Be very careful of your neck. Only go as far as your nose will let you. And this is reinforcing your core line, your connection to source and to the center of Mother Earth. So bring your head neutral. Take a lovely deep breath into your heart and just take a moment to feel the gratitude that is in each of our hearts, even if things seem really distorted and confusing right now. There is always gratitude that we can access. Gratitude for our capacity to feel, to want things to be different, to see a problem and seek a solution, to know that things can be different. And gratitude for the fact that we care passionately, and we want to live in a world that we're all proud of, where there is an end of suffering, there is an end to injustice, there is an end to persecution, to suppression, to corruption. So we welcome gratitude towards this awakening, as ugly as it seems at times and as destructive as it may look. This is a global process of unplugging from an unhealthy program and plugging into a new platform, an upgraded platform for all of humanity. But we have to unplug first. So welcoming gratitude for this detoxification process and for the fact that so much is being addressed now finally and witnessed that hasn't been owned properly and accounted for before. So reaching out to all of humanity, but particularly reaching out to everybody who is touched by the Black Lives Matter. It's not even a campaign, it is actually the whole thing that is going on this planet right now, of this awareness that it's really important to prioritize this. Whatever narratives are out there, whatever alternate stories, whoever may be gaining politically or distorting truth, this is a time to accept that there needs to be an end to slavery on all levels. There needs to be an end to racism. There needs to be an end to the suffering that gets perpetuated from one generation to the next, because we haven't had the capacity to heal. We haven't had the capacity to overcome what has been so painful and downright wrong. So holding this in our hearts and inviting the sword of compassion to pierce every one of our hearts and our third eyes, our awakening consciousness, that we may see our own blind spots, that we may see where we ourselves are out of alignment, and to bring alignment to all beings on this planet for the highest good of all. And sending compassion to everybody who has suffered as a result of the injustices that have continued on this planet. To all their loved ones, to their ancestors and their descendants. May those of us who can offer compassion, offer care, and offer love in this time of great healing. And in order to energize this, we send the sound Ma into the earth, Om into the universe, and Un from our hearts to each other, which is the sound of the unified field, of the divine heart, the awakened heart. Deep breath in. Just invite your guides and your teachers to rain love and peace upon you. Send that down through your body, around the planet, into her heart, her center, and then breathe it back up through your body and out through your heart. Very gently open your eyes, come back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I've got with me a crew of beings who know me well. So I'm just going to jump straight in and say, what is our work at this time? Those of us who've been holding space, so anyone who's a teacher, anyone who in any way, shape or form is an influencer, is sharing on Facebook, sharing on social media. You know, all of us, everything that we're putting out there is carrying a vibration, and others are feeling that vibration and they're responding or reacting to it. We have talked before, when we talked about COVID, about needing to ask questions and being willing to be the one to point out inconsistencies or questions or where narratives don't seem to make sense in the mainstream, in the collective. And now we have Black Lives Matter, and we have a different scenario where people are questioning why. Some people are questioning this. Others are saying all lives matter. And so then this is inciting a lot of pain, and people are missing the point. And my daughter put this really beautifully. At this stage, this is what we need to address in the collective. At this stage, Black Lives Matter has to be important because it hasn't been important enough in the past. And one of the things that's happening that people are in judgment about is the destruction of statues, the destruction of property, looting, rioting, all the rest of it that's going on. But destruction is part of a process of rebuilding. You've got to undo what was, that is rotten, that is a symbol of something that is not healthy. It's not something we want to energize in our collective, but subliminally, it's still in our environment, whether it's a statue of a slave trader, whether it is a monument that represents oppression, slavery, suppression of any type. These things need to go from our collective now. And this destruction, as unpleasant as it can be and as destructive as it is at times, and the pain that it causes, has to come about in order for us to then be able to dig up all the rotten roots and decide what we stand for as a global collective, as a humanity. It is still painful, though. It's still difficult. So we are coming to a point which is the longest day in the UK. In the Southern Hemisphere, it is the UK. And Northern Hemisphere, I always get confused. I'm so sorry. I think I'm in the Northern Hemisphere. My geography terrible. And with the longest day, we have the brightness that is shown in the collective. Everything that isn't usually seen gets seen. Okay, so this is coming at the same time as a new moon in Cancer. Literally the day after is a new moon in Cancer. And this is to do with our deepest emotions, our unmet needs, our need to be nurtured, to feel safe, to feel protected. And it is time now for every human being on this planet to feel safe, to feel protected, to feel heard, to feel seen. Whatever we all disagree on, we can agree on these things because it is a basic human right. Every one of us should have access to everything that we need to thrive on this planet. And this is what I'm here for. This is the message that I'm putting forward. And this is why what I suggest coming forward is how we can implement this. Now, always when I work with people, I activate their superconscious through the words I am, okay? And I ask everybody, whenever you are claiming your power as sovereign, to also always intend the highest good of all and the win-win-win in everything. I say this because this way we don't get stuck in our egos. We are surrendering the parts of us that are in pain, that still want to inflict pain on others because we're in pain. We might not even be conscious that we do that, but it's in all of us. So if we own it and we turn over to our divine selves, everything that is difficult for us to process, everything that is triggering us, everything that we don't understand, and we allow ourselves to hear all of the voices within us, the parts of us that really care, the parts of us that don't give a damn, and the parts of us that are ambiguous. Okay, there are all elements. We are multidimensional beings, so everything exists within us. And if something isn't affecting you in the way that it's affecting someone near you, then it doesn't mean it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect you. It matters to them. And so when something really matters to you, it is important to those around you recognize that just because it doesn't matter to them, it doesn't mean that it's not valuable and valid because it matters to you. So if everybody respects this in each other, if everybody respects the fact that we're all going to have different triggers come up at different times and we hold space for each other, then we can grow as a collective. And as we're coming into the longest day, we're coming to the solstice and the new moon as well, we have this amazing opportunity to see the biggest shift on this planet that we have ever seen. And this coinciding with a massive increase in solar flare activity. There's a lot of conversation coming now, and I know this is going to seem like off point and red herring, but it isn't. More and more stories are coming up now in the mainstream about unidentified flying objects, potentially about extraterrestrials or aliens. And if we're not careful, this is going to be the next front, the next wave that comes up. And I say this because divide and conquer is a method that has been used on our planet for so long to keep us in a state of being victims, to keep us in a state of struggle, to keep us controlled by fear. It is the oldest trick in the book, and it's not about who does it and why. We need to remember that if we don't want this to be what runs our lives anymore, then we have to connect to the superconscious, we have to connect to our higher selves, and we have to be willing to clean up what is in our energy field that is still stuck in struggle, victim consciousness, and fear. And if we can do that, then we're going to move beyond it. Now, I say this because it's one thing to divide this planet against each other, right? It's another thing when you've got an external threat. We had a virus, potentially could have wiped all of us out, as it's been reported. Not necessarily, but huge numbers. Now, the potential threat of extraterrestrial activity, meaning that we're so fearful of that we unite, but we unite in fear, not in love. And I want you to be very careful of that, okay? So what I want everybody to be very aware of is, if you are feeling compelled to just detach from what's going on in the world, please do. Because your energy is going to be much more useful if you unplug from all the ways that your energy is being pushed and pulled, and you actually just come back to maintaining your own vibration. This is not about being selfish. This is not about being ineffective. This is about you plugging into source, and through your body, anchoring your love light into your earth chakra and around the crystalline grid. What this does, and I'll explain the grid in a minute, is it energizes the construct of compassion around this planet. And it allows the matrix of fear, which was a matrix that was underneath, that was what we were all plugged into, to be loved up. Okay, you literally love it up through activating the crystalline grid, because the energy of the 3D matrix is so much denser, and the energy of the crystalline grid is so much purer. It's high frequency love. What happens is that high frequency love goes into the density and transmutes the energy of that density until it harmonizes with the crystalline grid. And some of you may be thinking again about Christ consciousness, the second coming. This is what is happening now. Just as it is Armageddon on the one hand, it is also the second coming of Christ. But I mean that as the Christed consciousness of compassion. It is the crown, the connection to the soul chakra, that allows us to bring down the purest frequencies of love light. Why does this matter? Because let's just say Star Wars is real. Humor me, okay? There are goodies and baddies in our universe, in the collective, in this particular universe. If we want this planet to be the paradise planet that it was intended to be, then the way that we do that is we allow our bodies to be utilized by the forces of light in the collective, only by tuning into source, the highest frequencies of all. And this way, what we bring down through our bodies energizes the light body of this planet, and we have to awaken our own light bodies, which is part of this process. And therefore, any extraterrestrials or aliens of malevolent intent that are seeking to control us on this planet through manipulating our shadow can't do it anymore. And they get brought to light too. This is the power we have. So I'm saying it softly and gently, because power is powerful, and learning to use it wisely is very important. Now, if any of you have got any questions, please let me know. But with this solar flare activity, there is the possibility that our technologies might be affected at some point, okay? There is a possibility that we might not have access to the internet for a short period of time. Yeah, there's all sorts of possibilities, and I'm not here to frighten anybody. It's just solar flares are powerful. They can knock stuff out in the universe. Now, as we're going through our divine human upgrade, which is what is going on this planet, we're then in a position where we can tune into each other psychically. So just as we've had Wi-Fi, just as we've had the threat of 5G, just as we've had technologies that have made it faster and faster for us to communicate in ways we cannot even see. We don't even have to pick up a phone anymore with a cable, right? We can tune in now and upgrade so that instead of needing the technologies, we can actually connect to each other psychically. And the easiest way to do this is to really work with when you normally tune into things. So for example, I'm always here at 12:30 on a Friday. If I wasn't here at 12:30 on a Friday for some reason, you would still be able to tune into me and those who show up by connecting to your heart, activating your I am presence, and calling in the purest frequencies of guidance that you can. Ask to be an instrument of peace. Ask to be shown your work here. If you go to a yoga class at a regular time, or another meditation group at a regular time, or you have a coaching group at a regular time, use those times. In the absence of us being able to connect as we normally do, remember to use those times to connect to those that are your soul family, so you can connect to your star family and bring more love light in. What's your star family? It is the extraterrestrial consciousness that flows through you. It is your non-physical existence, your soul consciousness, because none of us are really here from this planet. We are hybrid humans, okay? But we're not hybrid humans and AI. We are hybrid humans and super consciousness. So let's remember that. Let's energize that. And that's what we're going to do now. So another point that I wanted to say, because in terms of activating your psychic abilities, you will be able to do that much better if you make a daily practice of activating your light body, which you can do through signing up to my free Star Salutation Prosperity Practice, the Gaia Source Higher Self Activation that's part of it. And also the Star Salutation Practice is designed to awaken your light body. So this will increase your intuition and your sensitivity. You do that through my website, RozyGlow.com. It's halfway down through the homepage. And also you can do it through, as I said, tapping in at the times that you would normally connect to others and just seeking to feel into them. You can also send psychic messages to people, love bomb people. Notice if they pick up on it. Notice if they send you a message, or if you've been tuning into someone or thinking about them a lot, notice what you've been thinking about, what has been coming up in relation to them, and then make a physical connection if you can and share what you've been hearing and feeling and see what they've been picking up on too, because this is going to boost your confidence massively. When you're dealing with others, as in people who are in a lower frequency than you at the moment or a more challenged frequency than you, and when I say lower, this is not a judgment, I'm just saying that it brings you down to be around them because their energy feels vexatious to you. Yesterday or the day before, I have never felt my energy feel so sensitive to others, and it wasn't even their negativity. I could just feel the boundary of my energy and two other people's energy around me, and it was too much. Our light bodies are really awakening. We are getting much more of a sense of ourselves beyond our physical. So keeping a practice up of keeping your energy clear and keeping your divine architecture nice and strong, which is what I'm going to show you now, is absolutely vital. So this is for anything that you feel passionately about. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go through a quick exercise of really activating that. And we will use a sphere of compassion to love up the whole collective at the moment that is in pain, and in particular to bring love and light to absolutely everybody, every soul who resonates with Black Lives Matter, because we have to now awaken the collective with this. Okay, so let's get on with it. I'm going to try and do it in super speed. Rub your hands together. If you're watching last week's Got Some Reason But I Tuned In Love, I'll come back from the beginning first. Oh, she ended up from last week's one. Okay, rub your hands together. Have a little shake. So this is how I do it. This is the process that I'm taking you through. And I want you to visualize it. If I could draw it, my God, I would, but I've tried 3 times, I gave up. Bring your hands to your heart. This is how you activate your superconscious. Remember, you've drawn already, and I'm going to go through it again, your outer circumference, your sphere of compassion, okay? And then when you draw up and down with your nose, you are activating your core line that connects you to the source of all that is, all the way down to your earth chakra. Now, the crystalline grid is just under the surface of the earth. It is the flower of life formation, and the center of each flower is an earth chakra. You have one. Everyone who's awakening has one. The whole planet has one. But this is how we awaken the collective. Okay? So if you're not great at visualizing, don't worry. Just know your soul knows. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a lovely deep breath into your heart and then sigh it out down your body. Okay, take another deep breath into your heart and sigh it out. So just down your body, and you're aiming to send your breath to your pelvic floor and to the soles of your feet, to soften the soles of your feet, to soften your pelvic floor, so you can make an anchored connection to your earth chakra. And then when you're ready to activate your superconscious and call down source energy, please repeat after me. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am creator. I am free. I am aligning with Earth's ascension paradise timeline. I am surrendering my ego will to my divine will. I am commanding an axiotonal alignment with my divine design timeline. I am embodying my higher self from my divine design timeline. I am invisible, impenetrable, invulnerable, untrackable, and untraceable to anyone and anything of malevolent intent. I am co-creating my personal paradise in alignment with the win-win-win in everything and the highest good of all. I am divine love. I am divine intent. I am divine wisdom. I am divine compassion. I am divine rapture. I am aligned with the divine all of the time. I am that I am. So just let yourself take a few breaths, deep breaths, release your hands, palms facing up. This is a symbol of being willing to receive. And you can say, I am willing to receive my highest good. I am willing to be a channel of the highest good. I am willing to be informed by the highest good of all. I am choosing to be an instrument of source will. I am that I am. I am in service to the highest good of all. So feeling that, you may feel the palms of your hands starting to tingle, the soles of your feet start to tingle, the crown of your head start to tingle. Just lift your chest, careful you're not slumping. And from your heart, the light and the love of your soul is glowing outwards into your sphere of compassion, which is your reality bubble. It's as big as you want it to be, as big as the room that you're in. And just as your love light is shining out from your inner diamond, It's also pouring down from the source of all that is through all of the stargates and portals that lead through to our sun, our solar system sun, and then down through our soul chakra, all the way through all of the chakras of our bodies. And we just ascend this down into your earth chakra. So through your feet and your pelvic floor, down into your earth chakra. And just imagine this love light flowing down. And you can say, activate, activate, activate my soul chakra. Purify, purify, purify my soul chakra. Activate, activate, activate my earth chakra. Purify, purify, purify my earth chakra. Let's see if you can feel a difference there. Now, we want to activate our connection to the divine human heart and the crystalline grid. So again, activate, activate, activate my connection to the crystalline grid. Activate, activate, activate my connection to the divine human heart grid. Purify, purify, purify my connection to the crystalline grid and the human heart grid in all dimensions and all space and time. Just feel this energy flowing down through you. Now, as your earth chakra is activated, again, you may see it starting to glow. I'm seeing very, very bright light, like bright white, colorless light, spinning through the earth chakra, and then it pings around the whole of the earth. And I'm asking you, before you connect to the center of the earth, just to connect all around the planet. See that crystalline grid be fired up, be awakened, so that every human becomes a divine human awakening. And now, once that's active, feel the energy moving into the heart of Mother Earth. So her earth chakra, her center, her womb, her heart is pulsing. And once this is so active, it's spinning and energizing. It will be like it bursts, like a love bomb goes off in the center of the earth. And you can breathe that all the way back up through your body, out through your heart, down your arms, and also up and out through the crown of your head, back to source, through our sun. So you're connected in all ways. Now your body, my body, our bodies are acupuncture needles bringing the purest frequencies of love light to the earth. This is what you do when you don't feel you can do anything. This is the most powerful thing you can do before you do anything. Get turned on, plugged in, connected. Call in your light family, your star family, your soul family, your guides, your angels, your teachers, the archangels, the elementals, all of the beings of love light that are here to serve the highest good. And remember, these are all aspects of your being, reflected back to you. Great. Now, creating a sphere in front of your heart and breathing into that sphere now. Everything that has been challenging you at the moment regarding George Floyd and the instigation of the full activation of Black Lives Matter movement, which is essential. We've all been triggered in different ways. And I would like you just to breathe into the sphere anything you feel you've heard that has incited any sense of rage, anger, offensiveness in you, a sense of offense in you, anything you don't understand, anything you feel you've done or said wrong or someone else has done or said wrong. Please breathe into the sphere any fear of being manipulated. Breathe into the sphere any concerns about the collective, whether it's concerns about black magic, concerns about Satanism, concerns about how this movement might be hijacked for less than loving concerns, so that all that remains in the hearts of all humanity is an utter desire to unite beyond any creed, any skin color, any history, to unite in love, to create a new paradigm for this planet that is based on being sovereign, accountable, transparent, respectful, in integrity, aligned with the purest vibrations of love light. So we're clearing everything that is of the shadow, that lurks in the shadow, that hasn't been acknowledged, loved, witnessed, forgiven, brought to light. And it's like a purge, just put it in the sphere. Anything that is riling you, put it in the sphere. Even me. And then just allow the clearing that happens. So as you draw out of you everything that is in you that feels out of balance, helpless, or unable to act from a place of love, just allow all of this to be released. Allow the skepticism, the fear, the judgment, all to be released, so that all that comes out of your heart is pure infinite love light, this pure clear flame. Once you've cleared everything out, all that you'll see go into the sphere in front of you is a pure clear flame of divine infinite love light. And that will clear the sphere in front. It will make it a pure crystal ball. And I'm receiving both the soft pink flame of divine grace and also the violet magenta flame of passionate compassion. So call in divine grace. I am divine grace. I am divine grace. I am divine grace. I am passionate compassion. I am passionate compassion. I am passionate compassion. Pull down the soft pink love light. Pull down the violet magenta love light. And bring it all the way down from source, through your body, through your earth chakra. Take it around the planet and then into the heart of Mother Earth. And from there, bring those different shades of pink and purple up through your heart into the sphere. So divine grace allows us to let go easily of what no longer serves us, thought forms, beliefs, memories, pain. And the passionate compassion flame, the violet magenta flame, is what allows us to have pure compassion for everything, for ourselves, for the ignorance that has caused this suffering, for any turning a blind eye, anything that we find unforgivable. Bringing passionate compassion to ourselves, being willing to free ourselves, is how the planet gets freed. So you're going to step into that sphere in a minute and bathe yourself with unconditional love, acceptance, forgiveness. Just before we do that, look at the sphere in front of you. Consider this is for the collective. All of humanity doing this at once, putting the guns down and saying enough is enough. We're creating a new foundation that we all adhere to. We're bringing all of the history to light, all of the pain to light and love. So we don't have to keep recreating it. It is being addressed now. Beautiful. Well done, beautiful ones. Now create a golden bridge into that sphere and see the sphere expand so it fills your whole reality bubble. I want you now just to breathe that soft pink, breathe the violet magenta, breathe them into your being so that your core line starts to glow. The outline of your physical body starts to glow. And then within the sphere around you, the sphere starts to glow. But between the sphere and your physical body is your light body. Most of you will have a 6-pointed star. Some of you will have what looks like a diamond. So let's activate the light body. Activate, activate, activate my light body. Purify, purify, purify my light body. In all dimensions and all space and time. So see that violet, magenta and pink now starting to create this 6-pointed star or diamond around your physical body. And then the outline of your sphere is also reinforced. This might seem like a bit much, but I'm being protective of everybody. So we're going to bring down the emerald green flame, which is the sovereign flame that keeps us invisible to those of malevolent intent and keeps our energy protected. I am the emerald green flame. I am the emerald green flame. I am the emerald green flame. Just take it down, bring it around your sphere, and also take it through your core line into the earth and around the planet. Pull it back up through the center of the planet, and from your heart, send it all around so that the outline of your body starts to glow emerald green, and so does your light body. Beautiful. And so just from above, before we finish this, the divine masculine and the divine feminine that is Source is sprinkling platinum and gold, love light around your sphere, around each of our spheres, around our collective, to create a golden skin around the emerald and then a platinum skin around the gold and the emerald. And these are energetic skins that reflect back to where energy came from, whatever has come to us. And this is for us to feel safe in our energy, having released any sense of attack or attacking energy. We are soothed, our feathers are soothed. We are strong and we are centered and able to act with conviction in alignment with the highest good of all, to see the changes we seek to see in the world, activated and fulfilled to completion. So on behalf of everybody who participates now, and at any point that you watch this video, I command this process continues until completion. I am commanding an axiotonal alignment in all dimensions and all space and time. This means all parts of us align with this truth, all aspects of our being. Please repeat after me. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align, balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in my physical reality and all dimensions of space and time. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just gently breathe your awareness through your feet and into your heart, and gently come back. When you're back, let me know, and let me know how that was for you. Not quite the 20 minutes I had in mind. Me and time, eh? So if this is new for you, please remember this is how I invite you to awaken your higher consciousness. Obviously, if you haven't done the deep reprogramming and detoxing that I do in my coaching, the effect is one that you're plugged in, but you've still got stuff in your cloud that needs clearing. So please do get in touch about my one-to-one and my group coaching, because we become way more effective the more of our energy and our cellular memory we clear. But everybody can do this exercise, and everybody will be able to surrender their programming and to drop into what is for the highest good of all. If we can all do that, we can let go of trying to think about what that is and just allow it to be given to us. Good, 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 good. Good. Well done, Sarah. Good to see that you're back. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Jid. You know what? Sometimes it's just difficult. It feels difficult to say the right thing. And I know a lot of people are scared of saying the right thing. I'm feeling in my own energy, my energy's really wavered the last few days. I've needed to unplug and not be speaking up too much, just to hold space for those who do need to and want to be heard. And to show up and just do our best. That's all any of us can do. It's what I'm intending as well. And I intend fully to live on a planet that is activating the paradise codes where all beings are free. I believe in this. I believe we can create it. And I invite everybody who agrees with me, just hit that like, share this video. Let's get everybody up, okay? Thank you all so much for participating. Remember, in this time of change, a lot is going to be changing in your own life as well. So if things are ending, it's okay. We're in an eclipse corridor. Let things end. And remember, you're being guided and supported all of the time to the absolute best outcomes for you and the collective. Much love to you. Susie, good to see you. Everybody have a lovely weekend. I'll see you for the new moon co-creation next Friday. It will be just before the solstice, so you can use it on Saturday. You can use it on Sunday too. And any of you who would like to take part in my solstice cacao ceremony, yoga workshop, singing bowl meditation, and co-creation online workshop, I'll put the link. It's a Facebook link to an event that I'll be running on Saturday morning. So in the UK, that's 4 a.m. Okay, different time zones. Obviously, it'll be different, but we'll be running a 4-hour workshop online. If you'd like to join me, it'd be lovely to have you. You don't have to have cacao to participate. You will feel it in the vibes anyway. So I'll put that in, that information in, and I send you all lots of love, and I'll see you next Friday, 12:30. Take care. Bye.